Hello, good morning, everyone. How are you doing this morning? So, I'm happy to have you here. So those that don't know, I own Holistic Beauty Boutique, and that's where you are with me today. And I am Colleen Fletcher, and I'm a body, mind, spirit sage. So, as in what the business name pretty much says, it's all that is whole. It is one whole unit for you. So, hence the body, mind, spirit. And what we're going to be talking about today is just a little bit about meditation. And I realize that's a word sometimes that has a lot of other connotations with it. So I would suggest let's just call it something else. We can just call it, chill out, chill time, stress reduction, anything like that, whatever resonates with you. So don't be intimidated by that word, okay? And that's really what we're going to be going through as well, is just how to break it down into the simple little pieces with it. So just a bit about me. I have been meditating since I was 5. Yep, I was 5. So that has been it's almost 50 years now. Got a few more years to go for that, couple more, but it's pushing it. So with that, I've always had that baseline. And I've also done it in various places in the world, both northern and southern hemisphere, which does make a difference as well. But I consider that the stuff that's it's a little more than what we're going to be going through here. I guess if you want to use the word advanced, we can do that. But that's basically what it is. We're just going to be going over some of the super simple basic parts. Now, I also I run a meditation where it's outdoors. So there is some things with meditating indoors and outdoors, and I'm going to be, we'll talk a little bit about that as well. What else are we going to go through with this? So, really just so much of it is about how to sit, how to engage. That's the very first part of chilling out, of having a routine with that. So what I always suggest first and foremost is to breathe. And we will go more into that. And I think that's tomorrow what we're going to be going through, but that's a big part of it as well. But first of all, I'm just going to quickly tell you, breathe into your low back and belly with it. Okay. So that's the first part. The next part is to find a place that you want to sit. Now, is that going to be indoors, outdoors? And is it on a chair, or are you going to be on the floor? And those are all important things to consider with this, because let's say that your hips are so sore that if you think, or if it's, just kind of in your head that you have to only sit on the floor on a cushion to meditate to get any results, then that's the kind of thing that I want to help shift up with you so that it can resonate for where you are in life, because that's the most important part of this. You're the one that wants to calm, find that chill spot, find that inner peace, that inner calm. And if it's difficult to sit on the floor on a cushion, then that's not going to be beneficial for you. Okay. So that's all of everything that we'll end up going through. This is a part of a course that I have put together for you, and we're just going to brush on some of those because it is the basics with this that is so important for you. Okay, so I want to show you. And I'm going to have to move my cameras around just a little bit here for you so you can see what I'm talking about with it. But we've taken a little bit of a breath and just kind of engaged. And before that, even, we know that we want to chill out. We want to have a little routine for ourselves. And from here on out, for me, it's just easier to call it meditation. So that's what I'm going to refer to it mostly. But just know that if you need to translate that for you, then by all means, go ahead and do so. So how to sit with it. And you'll see I'm on a bench right now, and I'm on a cushion, and my feet are planted firmly on the ground. So let me kind of show you, first of all, what I have here. Okay, so here's my bench, here's my cushion. Okay, and you can tell that my feet are on the floor with my grumpy cat slippers. Yes. So what we'll be doing is, this is like a basic posture of how you want to be. So if you're sitting in a chair, then you just want to have your feet planted firmly. And now the part with your hips, your sits bones are the bones you sit on. They're your butt bones. Okay. Now, do you want to be totally rocked like this on it? No. And I'll show you my whole posture. See how that shifts everything? This is ideally, or ultimately, not how you want to be. You want to be on top of those sits bones without arching your back. Okay, so no need to arch your back with it, just on top of those bones. And that is an underlying aspect of really of what a posture is for meditation. So again, I'll show you, it's harder to show you here, but these are your butt bones. You don't want them rolling up like that. You want to be on top of them. Okay. So, and that's the same thing if you are actually sitting on the floor. And I'll kind of show you again of what that is like. Let me just make sure that I'm on my bench here properly. Okay. So we're just going to pretend now that I am on the floor. And let me get this. Okay, so it's not rolling forward on my sits bones. It's up on them with my posture, with my back still straight. Okay, so that's how we're going with this. And it is something that takes a little bit of practice with it, and it takes knowing your body and how to move your body with it. And that's, we go through that stuff with this course as well. Another tip that I have for it is to put your hands on, one on your belly and one on your low back, and move your hips around and see how they can engage differently. So the very, very, very first part of connecting in and finding all that transcendence that meditation can offer is really just to engage physically with your body and to know your body well enough to feel where it gets tight, to feel where it's not only tight, but constricted and blocked. And these are just all the things that it takes to get to that next level. As I say, these are the very, very, very basics of that transcendence that can occur. Okay, but if your body is constantly hurting with it, that will put you off. Normally, that's what I've heard anyway throughout the years. Everyone says, "Oh, I can't do this," right? Well, in working with my clients throughout the years, I have found that they can. It's just a matter of re-engaging and learning the absolute basics with how to sit. Okay, so you've got a couple tips with the sitting aspect. And what I'd like you to do really is to just practice in different places. So between today and tomorrow, find a couple different places that you are comfortable, or that you would think that you would like to meditate in. Okay, and how about you do it inside, outside, wherever works for you. Where I am right now, it's still a little bit chilly, and I don't feel like setting up outside because I just had a meditation outside the other day and it was beautiful. And I don't feel like being back out in the cold right now. But that's beside the point, right? Okay, so connecting in for sitting. What I'd also encourage you to do with this is actually kind of notice where you hurt. And not that I want you to focus on that, or where your muscles feel tight, anything like that. Not that I want you to focus on that, but it is a good learning point of one of those things that, we'll just call it the negative aspect of this, possibly, of doing this, something that would hold you back. We'll call it that. Something that would hold you back from doing a meditation could be that your hips hurt all the time with it. Okay, so if you can notice those things, then that brings it up to the forefront and we have something to work with. Okay, so just notice what's going on. Have a couple different places that you have tried to do this, whether it is sitting in a chair or whether it's sitting on a cushion. Just pay attention to how your body feels. That's really the first step with it, okay? The very, very, very first part is that. The other thing that I would like you to do with this is to, again, notice where you are, where your body physically is. Notice where you want to sit with it. And if you are actually sitting on the ground and your hips or low back, anything feels tight, you might add another cushion underneath your bum, as that raises up your hip structure, and that helps to lessen some of that tension. Okay, so work with those tips. I want to wrap up by saying how beneficial I have always found just this moment of calm to be, even when in the middle of chaos and life and stuff. If you can take a moment and just engage with your body. I know. I've seen it in myself, and I have seen it in others throughout the years of how much of a difference that can make. So that's going to be all for me today. Do join me the rest of this week as we're going to go through how to help ease your brain chatter, some breathing techniques, and then on Friday, we're actually going to put it all together for a meditation for you. Okay, so have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.